Welcome to my channel. Today I want to show you how to get the Google free AI Pro account. As you've been seeing it everywhere, it is available in Nigeria now and some other countries, some other African countries. So I want you to visit the website where you're going to get it. So you have to visit this website. Look at it right here, https and this one.google.com. So I highlighted it. I'll add it in the description, of course. So look at this right here. So that's where you're going to come to, and make sure you have your mail signed into your Chrome browser, be it on your phone or anything. So this is my mail right now, and after clicking on this link you'll see verify eligibility. Now this is where the catch is. So it's only available for university students, so you need an admission letter or a school fees payment slip, but I'll show you how to do all that. So now I want to verify eligibility, and having to want to verify eligibility, you would have your verify your student status right here. So you have your country, you choose Nigeria or wherever country you are. But if you want to use my method, just choose Nigeria. Once it's made available for you, just choose Nigeria right here. So having to choose Nigeria, the next thing you want to do is to choose your school. Choose University of Ilorin right here. This is what you choose. Now your first name could be your legal name, it could be any name, but then let me show you a trick. So right now I want you to come to Canva. If you don't have Canva, canva.com, just come to canva.com. Having to come to canva.com right now, I'm going to use Canva to edit an admission slip. I'm going to drop the template. I'm going to drop the link to the template so that you can have the template downloaded. Just check the description, you'll see the template right there. So right now just come to Canva right now, and right now I want to create a new Canva template. But instead of creating a new Canva template, all I have to do is to drag. I want to drag and drop my admission letter, which I would share the link to how you can get it. So I'm going to just drag and drop this on my Canva interface. So I just drag and drop. That's all I needed to do. So once I drag and drop, I will have the admission letter right here. So having the admission letter here on Canva, all I have to do is to click on this, and when I click on this, I'm going to have the admission letter on Canva. So what you want to do now is two things you want to do. You want to be able to change the name right here and change the picture. So how are you going to achieve that? To achieve that, you're going to block this. You're going to block the name aspect. You're going to block it all. Then I'm going to block this. How do we go about that? So I'm going to come to element right here, and having to come to element right here, I'm going to look for frame. So I'm going to search for frame in element, and when I search for frame, I will see this frame, this square frame. I'm going to take that in. I'm going to use to cover this image. Yes, I'm going to use that frame to cover that image, of course. So I'm going to do that. So I just covered the image right there. So having to cover that image, I need to cover this up. What do I use to cover this name up? I'm going to use a rectangle to cover the name up. So I'm going to use a rectangle to cover the name up. So I'm going to come right here, and this is a rectangle right here. So I'm going to use this to cover the name up right now. So this is it right here. I'm going to cover the name up. I'm going to change this to a white color. So I'm going to change this to a white color so it goes with this. So that way I've covered this up right now. I need to be able to add a name. So I'm going to add a text box. So just come to your text right here and add a text box. Yes, so these are our text box right here. So I could input the text box anywhere. It could be somewhere here, and I could make it just a normal text, or you could leave it at this particular text. It depends. So you could leave it at any text of your choice. So I'm going to just leave it at this. So this will have our name, and this will have the picture. So now let's go back to this. So this is where we were activating our account. So I could give it a random name. I could just say Koro, and my last name will be James. And here my personal info, my date of birth is July 14, 1997. So I'm going to input that right here, July 14, 1997. Procreatives, the same email, procreatives88@gmail.com. Okay, so I have all these details filled already. So now what I want to do is to get a face for Okoro James, and I'm going to get a face for Okoro James. Then I'm going to change the name on my Canva template. So coming back to my Canva template right now, so I'm going to say dear Okoro James. That's what you will input here, right? You will input dear Okoro James here, which is the name, and you could burden it if you like. You could leave it this way. So let me just say dear Okoro James. Then let me look for a face for Okoro James. All I have to do is to come to Google and look for any face. I could say Okoro James right here, and once I look for that face, I just need to look for a face to use. So I'll come to images and look for a young face to use. This won't be bad, so I could use something like this. So let's take this right now, Let's take this face. So I'm going to save this right away. I'm going to save image as. I'm going to save it here. And coming back here, I'm going to come back to my Canva. I'm going to come back to my Canva to change that. So I'm going to upload that image I just downloaded. I'm going to upload files. And having to upload files, all I have to do is to bring in this image I just downloaded. And having to bring this in, all I have to do is to drag and drop it where I put the frame. There I have Okoro James. Then I could just change the name of the document to Okoro James. All I have to do is to download this. So I'm going to have this downloaded. I'm going to have the document downloaded. So I'm going to download it in PDF standard. Yes, this. I'm going to download it this way. Then that way I have my document right there. So I'll come back here to continue with the process. That's all you needed to do. So I'm going to verify my student status. So having to verify your student status, you need to sign into your school. So you can sign into your school if you have a school, but if you don't have, you just use this method I'm about to show you. So I'm going to come right here to upload proof of enrollment. I'm going to click on this. Then I'm going to upload my proof of enrollment. I'm going to add document, which is the document I just worked on, the Okoro James document. I'm going to choose that. Then having to choose that, I'm going to submit right here. So having to submit is going to wait to confirm my ID. So once this is processed in 20 seconds thereabouts, so once I get verified, this is what I'll get Google AI Pro. So that's all you need to do. Then I'll proceed to get Google AI Pro. Now having to proceed, I want to get the student offer. I'm going to click on this. Then I'm going to agree to the terms and condition. Then having to agree to that, all you have to do now is to add your card details. So you can add any of your MasterCard details right here. So I'm going to add mine right away. I don't have any to give you. You just have to add yours right away. Add correct details, then save. You'll be able to subscribe. So let me go ahead to add mine right away. Then agree. So after I've added the card and details, I'll be taken to where I'll be able to subscribe. So right now, all I have to do now is to subscribe. So this particular plan is actually 19.99 dollars every month, but this is for a year right now. You use it for 12 months for free trial, and I have my MasterCard details to it. So I'm going to subscribe right away. But to make sure you are not, they won't deduct the money for the subscription, just click on this settings button. And when you click on the settings button, just make sure you cancel the membership. Just make sure you cancel the membership right here. So this will not be renewed. I hope to see you on the next one. If you've not subscribed to my channel just yet, do remember to subscribe. I hope to see you in the next one. Bye for now.